Well, hey there, guys. It's Leslie from LuvINK&Paper, and I'm a little early again. So here we are. It's Wednesday. That means only 2 more days until Friday. Well, really, 2 sleeps if you're a kid, and 1 real day. Just have to get through tomorrow. And then it will be Friday and the weekend. So our weekend is going to be kind of interesting because we get to take 3 cats to the vet, which means we get to put 3 cats in carriers. 2 of our cats really don't like to be picked up. Like, for us to get close enough to pick them up is a feat. So this is going to be quite a challenge, really. So I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to go. But we will do our best to get all 3 kitties into carriers and to the vet by 10:15 Saturday morning. And then I will come home and have a really big drink. Because it will be 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, anyway. All right. So, I was poking around on the internet today. I know, crazy. And a fellow demonstrator that I know, Rhonda Wade, had a really pretty card on her in her membership. I'm actually a member of her Be Creative or Creative Corner or something, anyway. So it uses this Country Home stamp set. I was really glad that this carried over from last fall. I really like it a lot. And it pairs really well with our Gilded Autumn designer series paper and stuff. So anyway, so I wanted to show you, though, because inside my stamp case, not only are my stamps, but there are any masks and things that I've used for previous cards and things. So those are all stored in there as well. But I did make a new mask today. And just for those of you who like to do, you know, backgrounds and things, and you need the whole thing to be sticky, the whole mask, here's what I did. I took the milk can, I stamped it on a piece of, there it is. I stamped it right up at the edge of a Post-it note, but then you've only got that like 1/2 inch of sticky up there. I said I need more sticky than that. So I took a very thin, just a few drops of the green glue and put it on there and just smeared it really, really thin with my finger, because this glue, this Tombow multi-liquid glue, dries tacky. Okay, so if you just let it dry out in the air, it dries tacky, so it will stick. So now my entire milk can is a mask. It's sticky, so that's pretty great. I did not get a new host code for you guys yet. I will. You know, I'll get there. So the other thing that we're using tonight are the Stitched So Sweetly dies. I love these. These have become, I am so glad I bought them. I wasn't going to, and I'm so glad I did. I use them a lot. So anyway, those are the 2 products that we're using tonight. Okay? All right. Well, other than paper and stuff. All right, so we have our 4 1/4 by 11 base. Okay. Well, I scored that wrong, didn't I? Okay. On to bigger and better things. I probably scored this one the same way. Nope, this one is actually at 5 1/2. I do not know what I was thinking when I scored that one. That's okay. Thank goodness I have another one. Anyway, how's your day going? Clearly, you can see how mine is going. Anyway, all right, so then we have 2 pieces of the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. One is the crumb cake with the little flecks with the foiled pumpkins and gourds and things on the back. And one is the stripes with the pretty foil leaves, and it looks like wheat fronds and things like that. Okay, so we're going to line those up so that the border is roughly the same all the way around. But I'm going to be a little bit careful in how I do this, and I'm going to grab a silicone mat from over here because I don't want to build on this. You'll see why in a second. All right, so I'm going to put my adhesive, take my mask off of that, put that over there for a minute. So last night on my Zoom call with a couple of people from the, all right, let's see, how am I going to do this? Let's put you at 5 1/4. And let's have you come in just under. And I'm thinking that might be pretty close. I might be off a little bit, but that's a little short. That's all right. I was trying not to get any sticky on the card base. And I don't know that this is going to let me pull it apart. Oh, it might. Okay. Let's try again. I went to 5 1/4. Let's go a little longer. Okay, see if that's better. Yeah, see there's stickies there. Ah, but the measurement is better. Okay, so we'll let that sit. Anyway, so what was I saying? I know I really have to focus when I do this, and then I try to tell you a story and I get totally off track. Oh, last night's Zoom call. So anyway, I will talk to you a little bit about the adhesive the next time I do that. We were talking on the Zoom call last night about how somebody was less than pleased. We'll just call it that. Less than pleased with the new adhesive. So, and I get it, because I was not super impressed at first, but I've gotten better at it. Okay, there are a few tricks and things that will help you a lot. Right, so I'm gonna take this pretty mint macaron. Oh, I didn't do that one very well. We won't talk about that one. That ribbon, and go right across there. Okay, now I could scoot it around the back, I suppose. Let's see if, nope, it's not going back there. I didn't leave that much room. There. And we'll try here. Okay. So Now we can put this on the front. Now, Rhonda does this thing, and I just don't, it's just a thing I don't like to do. She goes all the way around so that your ribbon shows on the inside of your card. I don't know what it is. I really don't like that look. So whenever I do a card like that, I just stop it on the edges. All right, so here's the trick, or a couple of the tricks with this new adhesive. A few of the differences from the snail that we're so used to. Now, we were used to snail wanting to be way up tall, okay? Like you were using way out here on the very edge, so you wanted your hand super straight up and down. This adhesive does not like that. This adhesive, we will call it lazier, okay? More chill. It wants to use this bottom part of the roller. So, in fact, you are almost, this bottom part is almost on the paper, okay? So you're way down here. The other thing, you don't have to push real hard. It's going to touch and it's going to seal. It's going. It's leaving stuff out. So you don't have to push really hard down into your surface. Okay, just pull it along pretty gently. Now, when you get to where you're done, you're going to tip your wrist back and lift straight up. Okay, that leaves adhesive on the roller so that you're ready to start again. See, watch. Roll, tip, lift, done. Okay, pull, tip, lift, ready to start again. Okay, so in sharing that with the person last night, I actually have gotten even better at it. But it's taken some time. It's taken a couple of months of practice, sometimes working really, really well, and sometimes not so much. All right, so there's most of the base. So now we've got our stitched rectangle. Well, it's the Stitch So Sweetly die. It is a scallopy rectangle, and it does have stitching, but it's not the stitched rectangle dies. Okay, so before we start that, we're gonna, because we're working in blends, the Stampin Blends, and I've got Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze, and Smoky Slate out. Okay, because we're working with those, we want a water-based ink for our stamping. Now that means if you want black, you want to use Memento. I didn't want black. I didn't want it that strong. I wanted a softer look, so I'm going to use soft suede. So any of our dye-based inks are fine to use as your outline with your blends, okay? So, going to, just want to make sure I'm going to be able to get all of this on here. Yeah, I think I can. I'm going to have to go way to the bottom, though. Okay, so our milk can is going way down here. Then I'm going to put my mask on top because I want to make sure that if I have to scoot down just a little bit to make sure I can fit it all, that it doesn't look like it's on top of the milk can. I want it to look like the stems are inside. All right. So you may get to see my sparkles. I'm going to lean in a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to go down just a little wee bit. All right, so I don't know if you can see. I'm going to come up, but then I lose my light. I maybe need to put my taller light on the other side. We'll see. Anyway, you can see where the flower stems and stuff overlapped the mask. It would have made it look, if I hadn't had the mask there, it would have looked like the milk can was transparent. Well, we know that's not the case. Okay, so we don't want those stems showing through the milk can. Okay, so now, and this is a pretty sticky mask, so I'm going to go slow and careful so I don't rip my paper. Now, through the magic of that, we have our stems going down inside the milk can. Okay. All right, so we're done with our soft suede and our things. Okay. So we're going to give this a little bit of color. Now let's start with the milk can. I have both of my smoky slate markers. I could have chosen to bring in even like the light basic black and have 3 tones, but I think 2 is going to do it. All right. Usually I am a color it all with the light color first. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take our nice wide tip and I'm just going to, in fact, I don't even need to do up there. And I'm going to intentionally kind of go from side to side over here and side to side over here. And I'm going to leave some so that when I go and do my blending, when I go over that with this on the, then with the light, then it will be very light. It won't have a second layer. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm intentionally not going in that space. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to go where it would be dark along the rim, right? And along the sides, probably the handle. Probably in under here and this side. We've got some over here. All right. Turn it and go the other way. Now sometimes I just do the little marks that Stampin' Up! Gives me, but today I'm doing a little bit more dark. So I really want more of a pewter look to this milk can. Okay. So now people say, well, I thought those blends weren't supposed to leave lines. Well, they're not. And they won't in just a minute if we're just a little bit patient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm going back to the light marker, okay? And I'm just going to, I like circles. I'm a circle person. And I'm going to just go along that edge a bit, okay? Just go right along that edge, like that. And you see that it's starting to blend out. You don't see that edge. It's not as hard anymore, okay? Let me go up this side. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to the light, the big, well, it's still to the light, but I'm going to switch ends and go to the brush end. And I'm just going to very lightly go right down the middle. Okay, now once that finishes drying, we're going to have that nice light highlight and then the darker around the edges. All right, and it will really start doing its thing here as it dries. So that is the other trick, is you have to give them a little bit of a chance to dry, these blends, to really let the colors work together and let the alcohol evaporate, so you get to see truly, excuse me, what's there. All right. Now, if the back of your project doesn't look like this, you're not using enough ink. All right. You want it to go through. It's okay if it bleeds through. It's a good thing. All right. All right. So now most of the rest of these things are small enough that it's not really and truly going to matter. Like, they're too small to actually blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate leaves with light and dark. I'm going to, you know, do some of that kind of thing, because otherwise the areas are just too small to actually do the kind of blending that I did for the milk can. Okay, so we're going to just, some of the leaves will be the dark mossy meadow, and some will be the lighter version. And that will give you the contrast. Okay. Actually, I might want to do the ones that don't have the dark line with the lighter color. That might look better. Let's see if I like that better. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, that is definitely better. And I think we're going to use that light Cajun Craze for these. You know, those bittersweet berries? I think they're usually yellow and something, but that's okay. Just a bit of like that. Okay. And we'll go back in with our dark. And a couple more leaves. Like that. And we'll leave some spaces, because it's hard to tell whether those are spaces where you can see through or those are other leaves. So we're going to pretend that they're spaces. Now we're going to leave the cotton bowls. All right. I don't think that, I think that's just a really wide open cotton bowl. So we're going to leave all of that, and we're going to take the dark Cajun Craze. And whoa, that's very dark. That's all right. Yeah, I was going to see if I could get around all those little holes, but nope, that's not happening. Oh well, nice try, Les. That's okay. All right. So if there are any kitty lovers out there that want to come help wrangle cats on Saturday morning, just give me a shout, because it's going to get wild. So now that we've let that really cook, well, do its thing for a little bit, you can see that it really blended nicely. I'm actually super happy with that can. Yes. All right, so we're going to pop that up on dimensionals. Okay. Sometimes when I'm doing such a big thing, this is the time when I might trim off the edges so I have a longer supported side. I didn't this time, but I could have. You know what? Let me just take the bone folder. I know some of you guys are going, where did your pretty nails go? It's fall. It's almost like shutting off a water faucet, I'm telling you. Plus all the hand washing at school are not helping with the dried out brittleness of my nails. So I have this special concoction that I've been putting on at night and sleeping with white gloves, and I'm hoping that's going to help so that I can have pretty nails for the wedding in November. So we shall see. All right. Oops, let's check our card. Oh, good. Oh, you know what? I think I did that upside down. No, it doesn't matter. Rhonda's was the other way around. No worries. Doesn't matter. There. Isn't that pretty? Love it when the designer series paper does a lot of the work. And I know the can was kind of a lot of work, but not terrible. And since this is dark, we're going to do a little bit of something in the inside. What do we have? Well, maybe we'll just grab, I won't color it again, but I will stamp the washed all my stamps. My Stampin' Scrub does not seem to be on my desk. Oh, here it is. That's because I moved a lot of stuff. You would be amazed at how much room there is on my desk because I had to have the computer to do the Zoom call last night. I had a little trouble, and I think I know why. I logged in first on my tablet, so that was sort of the boss. I shouldn't have done that. I should have logged in first on my computer and then logged in on my tablet. But anyway, you guys don't need to know all that. All right, so let's just stamp our can in Smoky Slate in the corner here. Like that. Now, like I said, I could get those and color some more, but I think I just want to carry it through. I don't think I want to do any more than that, and I still have room to share a little message. Okay, another lesson, okay? Pointer on the texture. I don't really know why they gave us 2 bumps because my fingers don't work there. I end up with 2 fingers on the side and my pinky in the first dip, all right? Lay it low and flat. Pull gently, tip, and lift. And it didn't break. Let me try that again. There we go. All right, so roll, lay back, and lift. Much better. Ooh, that one was super good. All right. Ooh, we almost had an upside down milk can. That would have been bad. Because this Stampin' Seal is so strong that, you know that dental floss trick I taught you? Doesn't really work so good with this. Because that stuff is strong. All right. There we are. So, okay. Thanks so much for joining me. I will... Oh, hey, Kim. I'm glad you are here. Hi, Vicky. So I will post a video on Friday. Not sure about what yet, but it will be a good one, I'm sure. And then we will go live again on Monday at 7. All right. Hope you guys have a great weekend until I talk to you. But check back in the group on Friday for something fun. All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.